Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen, to Global Impromptu Speaking session number 223rd. Thank you so much for joining in today and becoming a regular Global Impromptu Speaking family member. Here you will be speaking for 1 to 2 minutes and time will be managed by yourself. For the rest of the session, you will be listening very carefully. That means you will be giving importance to other people. Nowadays, it's very important. Nowadays, it's a luxury if somebody is listening to you or you are listening to somebody. Thank you so much for that. In advance, I would like to give you a round of applause for listening to other people and giving them importance. Ladies and gentlemen, today our topics master is Toastmaster Umar Farooq, who is well known in Toastmasters, well found in different global meetings all over the world nowadays after the corona and online meetings. And he is well known for his riveting topics and riveting style. Ladies and gentlemen, he was away for 1 month because he was traveling, and I was literally missing him a lot because he's become an integral part of this platform. Without him, I feel it's incomplete session whenever he's not there. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together to welcome our own Toastmaster, Umar Farooq.
Thank you, Ditya Mamjad, for such kind words. And I'm humbled. And so it has been almost 1 month I've been a table topic master in this platform. I was on a vacation for 3 weeks in Pakistan. It is good to be back. So with some riveting table topics from a riveting Toastmaster. So all set, I'm in a good mood, so all topics will be very easy. Yeah? Now everybody's laughing. So, no improvisation needed. Okay. So let's start with Toastmaster Savita.
Yes, please. Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Savita, your topic is there is no hero without a villain. There is no hero without a villain. Toastmaster Savita.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Farooq, and my greetings to everyone present here. Good, bad, sad, happy, up, down. All these opposites, they have value only if both are present. If one single thing is there, you don't know the value unless there is different or opposite thing is present. Why a person would call hero when there is no villain? Isn't it true, everyone? Hero, if somebody has to achieve that role, someone has to be at the bottom level. Then only the comparison is there. There's a big comparison in our society or everywhere. If one person has to be at that level good, the other person has to be bad. Otherwise, everyone is at the same level. There's no difference between anything. So yes, I fully agree. If there is a hero, villain has to be there. In all the movies also we see the hero, villain, there is no story. There is no life experiences. We don't even give value to a good person unless we compare with that person with something bad. It's a human mind, nothing else. Human mind only compares each and everything. In our speech also, this speech is good, that speech is not bad and good. That person achieved something, so he became hero in that particular level. Other was a failure due to some reasons. It's not called villain actually in that way, but failed, not hero. Yes, I totally agree. There's no hero without a villain. It has to be there. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Umar.
Wonderful thoughts, Toastmaster Savita. I want to be an anti-hero, not just kidding. So I always say that you cannot there you always need a certain amount of darkness to appreciate the light that you have in your life. So you have the two sides of one coin. So next we have Dr. Farida from Quetta.
Good evening.
Dr. Farida, your topic is be a lamp or a lifeboat or a ladder. Be a lamp or a lifeboat or a ladder. Toastmaster Frida.
A very good evening to my global impromptu family members. The topic that has been given to me is be a lamb, be a lifeboat, or be a ladder. All these three things, what do? They are supportive measures. They help others to strive and work towards attaining their goals. A ladder will help you climb higher. A lamppost will give you guidance as to where to go and which direction to move into. And a lifeboat will save you in hard times. I would suggest that all these three things can be cumulatively joined together into one riveting word, and that is a true friend. All of us have friends, but if you have one single true friend in your life, that's it. You have your ladder, you have your lamppost, you have your lifeboat. You do not need anybody else to help you sail through your studies, sail through your relationships, go through your work, and go through your hard times. And sometimes we just need to vent. You need a listening ear. And that's what I think that I have been extremely lucky that I have a very close knitted group of friends who are totally my guiding light. They have been my ladder on occasions, and they have been my lifeboat on more than umpteen occasions. This is an extremely riveting topic. It's as I'm listening to it, I'm thinking of all my childhood friends who have been with me and stuck by my side almost for 4 decades. So this has a very nice topic. I thank you very much for it. I would suggest all of you to have an impact on others by either being a lamppost, guiding somebody in the right direction if they're going in the wrong direction, being a ladder, help somebody to rise up in life. It's not necessary that you would think otherwise that, oh, that person is going to stampede all over me. It's okay to be stampeded upon as long as you're escalating somebody else in their life stature. And it's okay to be a life jacket as well and to save a drowning soul. It's okay. We come in this world with a purpose to our lives. Maybe that is your purpose. A very good evening to all of you. Love you all.
Wonderful. This was Dr. Farida. We can be lamp, we can be lifeboat, or we can be ladder for someone. Wonderful. So great thoughts. Next we have Najla ma'am.
Good evening, Dr. Farooq. Everything does master work.
Okay. So Najla ma'am, your topic is crime often returns to their teacher. Crime often returns to their teacher. Najla.
Can you repeat again?
I put it in the chat. Crime often returns to their teacher.
You said you will give easy topics today. Okay. Crimes often return to their teachers. Good evening, my family impromptu speech. It's after a been long time, I'm back again with this topic from the repeating Toastmaster Omar Farooq of today's session. Crimes, it's a long history in life. What does crime mean? Is it just killing someone or just doing something bad? Sometimes they're saying love is also crime. Is that right? I don't know. In all cases, whatever you give to people or whatever you give to others, it will come back to you, whether it's a good or bad. Whether you did a major crime like killing someone or hurting someone, or in the other way, a nice crime, which is love.
Okay, samanin surat balan.
So I guess I'm in my life or in life, what I understand, the crime here is loving crime. I won't say killing because I never kill anybody. Alhamdulillah. So far, until now, I'm still thinking. I have to choose someone to kill, maybe. Giving love to others, it will come back to you. That's what's happening in my life nowadays. Whatever good thing you are giving, good indeeds, good coming back. So it turns back always and always again and again with other friends or family or kids or even adults or geriatric or seniors. So I have a loved family, I have a loved friends, and of course in Toastmaster I have a loved family here in Impromptu Speech family, and I have a loved club as well. So crime is always coming back to their teacher. Yes, I agree. But let us make it a loving crime better than a killing crime. Over to you, Omar Farouk.
Good. A very criminal-minded reply. That's also good thoughts. Wonderful. So this exact topic can be seen, could be read like you will reap what you sow. So whatever you have been doing, it will come back to you. So next we have with us Aaron. Aaron, are you there? You want to give it a shot?
Yep, feel free to give me one. Can you hear me though?
Yes. Yes, I can
Yes.
hear you.
Hmm.
Your topic is if early bird catches all the worm, how are the other birds still alive? If early bird catches all the worm, how are the other birds still alive?
Fellow audience, the first answer that comes to my mind is really, really simple. The early birds will be eaten by the other birds. However, this is definitely not the case. Now, what other possibilities would there be? Now, if the early bird catches all the worms, you have to think about there are always other alternatives in life. Life is never just a straight way. There are many ways to seek your final destination. Every single step that you take, there are always alternative routes for you to achieve even more. Just like right now, we having pandemic right now. We do see a lot of occasion whereby lots of people are stuck in the loop, whereby the early bird just only manage to take a grasp of the core resources. But you can be different. You are unique. It's only you who set your limitations to not to strive for more. There are other ways whereby we can achieve more by thinking about possible solutions. Look at the digital world. Not right now we are doing Zoom. In the past, this format, everyone would just laugh at it. I've been laughed for literally 7 years. I actually pioneered the entire online attendance from scratch for Toastmasters International. And it took a long time to be even allowed to even promote hybrids online. Being ridiculed because I was the one who was catching all the worms, I'm still struggling to believe in the things that we do best. So when people set limitations for you or take away your opportunities, always think about that there are other ways to lead your goals and dreams. Reach out. You might never know that there are hidden gems outside elsewhere. Back to you.
Wonderful thoughts, Evan. Of course, there are always multiple routes to some places that you want to go. There are different choices that we can make any given day. So wonderful. Next, we have with us Sharman sir.
Yes.
Sharman sir, you want an easy topic or hard one?
Give me easy one.
Easy one, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so the art of being wise is the art of knowing what to overlook. The art of being wise is the art of knowing what to overlook. Sharman sir.
It's a topic master, global interference, and most of the things there's art. Yoga is an art, I can say, and also if you do the yoga or the dancing or any other thing, there's art. And when you're working, also the passion is also, I can say, art. if you do take your job is also passionately, and you can have very enthusiasm, and you can put more your talents or outputs if you take it like that. If you just doing sake of doing, it's not that you are getting the real uh, the experience, or the you are not performing your according to your talents. So better to take all these things, your whatever doing, take is at art means passionately, I can say the passion I'm just equaling as art. And anything you do it in your with your wholeheartedly, then you can uh, get some experience, and you can achieve your results within within very what you call, I can say, uh, it's called result oriented, or the you can do very effectively whatever you do. Over to you, Mr. Topic Master.
Good, good attempt, Sharman sir. Good improvisation, I would say. You were talking about art, focused on the art and all that thing. You picked up one word. That is a classic example of how you can attempt another way. If you don't understand the topic, just take up some word on it that you can talk on. You talk about it, and you'll be able to do it. Wonderful. A good attempt, Sharman sir. Next, we have Sunita ma'am.
Good evening.
Sunita ma'am, you want an easy one or a hard one?
Easy.
Easy. Oh.
You give whatever
Okay.
you want.
Huh?
You give whatever you want.
Okay. Now I will give you an interesting one. If you could live a life of any character from a book, who would you pick? If you could live the life of any character from a book, what would you pick? Sunita ma'am, I put it in the chat also.
Yeah.
Word of the day is riveting.
Yeah. Greetings to all the members present here. I got to think. I never thought about it in those words. Which character would I like to live in a book that I have read? So many books coming to my mind right now. I can't really. Okay, one of my favorite books was Love Story by Eric Segal. Still young at heart, and that's my favorite book. So I love the character of what's his name in the movie? I can't remember the names also. Okay, I like the hero. I like the hero who's so rich and who falls in love with a girl who is just smart for him. So that is a book I really love. He gives up his father's wealth and goes after her, and then it's the classic story. You have so many Bollywood movies based on it, in so many languages. So Ryan O'Neal plays it in the movie, and I always picture him in the thing. So he is one character I would really, really, if you could live like that, being rich and still giving up everything for the sake of love. And then she is down with cancer and he looks after her. And finally she dies, of course. But there's a very beautiful line in the book which says, love is never having to say you're sorry. I don't know. You have to really reach that stage of love to say that, because otherwise, you always think you have to say sorry to each other. No matter how much you love each other, you have to say sorry, admit you're wrong. But there's that stage of love where, you understand and you don't need to hear that sorry. So that's a beautiful line in the book, love is never having to say sorry. So I can only think of that one because that's my favorite book, which I can read over and over again. So Ryan O'Neal's character, I can't remember. Oliver's his name. So that's the character I would like to be. Over to you, Toastmaster Farooq.
Good thoughts and good character selection. Yes, and love is all about not having to say sorry, and wonderful. So next we have Deepa. Deepa, are you there? Deepa, you are on mute. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I heard you say Deepa after 30 seconds, I think. My internet is gone bad.
Okay, so what kind of topic you want? Easy one or hard one?
Anything.
Anything, huh? So your topic is ego is the anesthesia that deadens the pain of stupidity. I'll repeat. Ego is the anesthesia that deadens the pain of stupidity. I'll put it in the chat.
What is ego, people? Have you ever questioned what is ego? Ego is that voice in our heads which tells us how important we are. Now, some people say we should not have ego, but I'd like to differ. I think we need to have ego just to bring us into reality as to understand how important and integral part we are in this world. But excessive ego, when you're in a position of power, maybe you're a boss or you're a colleague, you're a student who's a topper in class, or you're a mother who has power over your children. When you are in positions of power, ego can envelop you into believing that you are the center of the world, you are the most important, your views only matter. Just think about it. Who are those egocentric people in the world? These are people mostly in positions of power. Now, I would say ego becomes a problem only then. Otherwise, it's a good thing to have. It's a good thing to have to know how worthy we are in the world. Now, in the table topic, it says it's an anesthesia for stupidity. Doesn't make sense. I don't think it's an anesthesia, and I don't think it's a counter something for stupidity. Completely unrelated terms, really. And I don't know how to make sense of it. But this, I must tell you, if you have ego, don't beat it up. Just think about it. Is it speaking to you in rational terms? Or are you giving it too much importance and making yourself stand up? Only then it gets you in trouble. What do you say, Toastmasters? Over to Umar.
I am speechless. So, a good attempt, Toastmaster Deepa. Good improvisation, I would say. Good. You talked a lot about ego. So next we have with us Babu Pratyush Gupta.
Yes, sir.
Babu, your topic is where there is ruin, there is hope for treasure. Where there is ruin, there is hope for treasure. I'll put it in the chat. Word of the day is repeated.
Have you listened to those stories in childhood when people used to say that don't go to that abandoned castle? There is something very scary inside that castle. Many times these stories are made, and the places which have those wealth or those fortune in it are made deliberately look bad so that people do not approach that place. And in order to save that place as well as from some antisocial elements who has bad eyes on each and everything, these stories are made that where there is ruin, there is something very much wealthy inside it or very much fortunate inside it. I have listened to these stories, and these are real stories that happen to be on those times we do not so much of defense systems with us, like policemen present everywhere 24 hours around us to protect ourselves. Those stories are made. And I want to say that that was a very clever act by those people in order to save the treasure that is going to save at the time when there is a need or a pandemic like we have last year. So I will like to say that this line is a very sensible line, and for our possessions or what we have earned in our life through very much strength, we must keep in mind that these statements are only made because we want to protect something. We do not want to make fool of others. We just want to protect something. And protecting myself is a good habit, according to me. Over to you, tabletop.
Good attempt, Babu. You took it literally also. That's one classic example of taking the topic literally and took it off. But good thoughts. Good attempt. Next we have Akib. Akib, are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm available.
Akib, you want easy one or hard one?
As per your wish.
Okay, your topic is he. Background noise is there. Who's this?
I don't have kids. I don't have kids.
Okay, Imran is there. Imran, can you mute yourself? Yes. Okay, so your topic is he who knows the sweetness of honey will never kill a bee. He who knows the sweetness of honey will never kill a bee. Akib.
Thanks, thanks, Double Topic Master. This reminds me of the first quotation which I posted on Facebook in 2012 when I joined my college. And I wrote, when you like a flower, you pluck it. But when you love a flower, you water it daily. This table topic also goes in the same line. And when I know what is the importance of that thing, and it is something which is giving sweetness to the entire humanity, I'll never go killing a bee. But I'm an ignored person. I don't know what it is. What is the purpose of these bees? I may end up killing it. But there has to be certain reason why someone will kill it. Sometimes we get afraid when bee comes and attacks you. You don't know what is going to happen. So you may take a chance. You may think that it is going to hurt your body. Then you'll kill it. But people having more understanding, more thought process of bees, they'll know that this is a good thing which is happening to us. Same kind of concepts we all have in our life. We all work in companies. We know our employees, and there are a lot of subordinate you might be working with. You will, and we all have a lot of seniors who work with us. And by the time we progress, we learn, we understand who is what, and then you understand that this guy is more sweet, and his output which is coming, the way it is helping me, it is going to, it is, I mean, it is making me more more worthy, and it is improving my productivity. So you are never going to degrade that subordinate, or you're always going to support your superior who is providing that honey to your profile. And someone who is not providing honey to your profile, they're degrading you. Every meeting they're trying to attack you. Your manager, maybe the other manager coming and pushing you ahead. What have you done? What your department is doing? And every time questioning. They're not providing the cushion which they should provide. Then there is no other way than killing that bee. So that is what it has, both aspects, and we have to look thoroughly, understand it better before taking any actions. So that's my take on the topic. Over to you, Toastmaster Umar.
That is a nice improvised take. Okay, I like when you try to insert honey into the topic. No, workplace. Okay, I should be talking about honey also. Okay, good. Next we have Usha Devi is not there. I think she left. Okay, so Rohan is there. Rohan. So, Rohan, your topic is be melting snow. Wash yourself off yourself. Be melting snow. Wash yourself off yourself. Rohan.
Each one of us in this room today enter into this world with this one sound, that is crying. Our parents often hear us crying, but as we often grow older, we get conditioned by the environment around us, by our friends and family's influence of what they think of the world, by our culture around us, by the religious practices that we follow throughout our life. But over time, as we grow older and our priorities change, some of these values that we learn throughout, that our parents have imbibed on us or our friends have influenced us, no longer serve us. And that is when we need to reevaluate what we stand for, what our values are, and we need to wash ourselves of our past selves. By that I mean every day when you wake up, you have to think of yourself, does this what I'm thinking serve me today? Because if you stay the same throughout your life, you're not really growing. A growth mindset means that you have to reinvent yourself every single day. And as Bruce Lee says, be like water, keep flowing, keep riding the waves, but don't be that wave that constantly rides high. Because every wave will hit you throughout life, whether it be high or low, but you have to go along with the wave, surf the wave, but not be one particular wave. And that is where you grow. When you reinvent yourself, when you wash yourself off yourself, that is when it's most beneficial to you, because it helps you grow to new levels that you weren't there before yesterday. So all in all, washing yourself off yourself means that uh, take away the impurities of the past, take away the thoughts that do not serve you anymore, and go with the flow, go with what you're learning in life, all the new things that you're learning, and readapt, reinvent, and grow yourself. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Good attempt, Rohan. And you had some repetition of thoughts, but good. You connected it with your past. Okay, you had to let go of things that hold you back, like your past and your thoughts. Good attempt. Next, we have with us Ayush. Ayush, say it.
Hello, hi. Good evening,
Yes,
everyone.
Ayush, I have not a quote for you. I have a question for you. What is the best use of your limited time on this planet? What is the best use of your limited time on this planet, Ayush?
Okay. So, first of all, I would like to thank Toastmasters Uma for giving me this opportunity. So, the best thing, the objective while we come on this planet is to my first thing that I would like to contribute to this planet is to contribute back to the society. So, we during the pandemic we have seen many sectors, many MSME sectors that are going through a very tough time, and they have been the worst hit. So if we and we have seen that they have suffered a lot during the pandemic, and we all have learned that the first thing that we need to do about this is to contribute and support them. And I believe that the first thing that we all should aim is to contribute back to the society for the upliftment of the society, and to ensure that the people that we are living with are given proper support, and they should be considered as a part of a family. They should be a part of a close knit family, and they should be supported. Um, that's all. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Good, very nice and noble thoughts, Ayush. You want to contribute to give back to the society. That's how you want to use your time on this planet. Wonderful thoughts. And next we have Naveen sir. Naveen sir, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can. So your topic is where your topic? Huh. The universe is change. Life is opinion. I repeat, universe is change. Life is opinion. I'll put it in the chat 1 minute. Okay, so that's it. The universe is change and life is an opinion.
Change is everlasting, and change is something which will always go on no matter what or how you want the world to be. And it is because of this change that the progress takes place in the world. Friends, this change has always been there and it is ever persuasive. Of course, I remember the time when I was young, my parents, they always used to complain, have a look at the generation of today. Just see how spoiled they are. Just see they don't live like us. And believe it or not, a child is the father of a man. Today, when I've reached the age of adulthood, I consider the same thing when I look at the younger generation. I say the same thing. Look at the generation of today. They don't have the values of what were imbibed within us. So my question to you, friends, is that who is right? This change will be ever persuasive, and of course, change is the thing which always encourages new growth. Just imagine if there are two partners, and if there's no difference of opinion between them, then one of them is totally unnecessary. So if there's a difference of opinion, please embrace it, because that's what life is about. It is an opinion which you form about yourself, for yourself, that this is how it should be. And when we become rigid, we really cannot progress in life. Let me give you certain examples. For example, if we used to live in the same way as we used to live 10 years ago, I'm sure that no technological development would ever take place. And of course, we would not be embracing the way we live our life. And it is because of the change that even during the hardships, we are able to survive. Let me give you an example. Like for example, it's because of the online platform that we were able to survive the last 2 years of pandemic. Otherwise, we would have been bored to death had we been living in our residence all alone without being connected to the outside world. So friends, even in Toastmasters, I embrace the new way of meeting virtually rather than the old traditional way of meeting offline. Of course, I'm not saying that is, I mean, you should not live with the values or you should forget the values by which you have been brought up, but try to look at new things. And I'm sure that there are going to be new magic and there are going to be new opportunities in the way ahead. Because the younger generations are there with a new set of rules and they are way much more ahead than us, than what we really think of them. So I mean, it depends. Do we want to learn with them or do we want to make them how we are? And I mean, do we really want to be stuck up with the old thing? And I mean, if the day we learn to live with the new generation with the new thoughts and learn to make them our teacher, we might be headed on for more surprises than what we really thought. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Good attempt, I mean, sir, but too many thoughts, too many ideas you try to jam pack in your topic.
That's what table topics is all about. That's what table topics is all about. I mean, rather than giving one opinion, give 5 opinions. Like who knows? I mean, like someone might like one of them, the other they might like other. So give various opinions.
Yes, good attempt. Good attempt. Good. So next we have with Sahra. Sahra Ismail.
Hello, can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Sahra, your topic is what is that thing only you can do? What is that thing that only you can do? Sahra.
Thank you, Toastmaster Omar. What's that thing that only I can do? When you asked the question, my mind went blank. What is it that I and I only can do that no one else could be doing or could be achieving the same. Thoughts raced through my mind, and I started wondering, is there something that I can do that anybody else can actually do? We go through life, we do a lot of things. It does sound like we're all kind of going through the same phases, doing the same things all over and over again. But every one of us gives it its own, their own print, their own values, their own creativity, their own way of thinking through things, of doing it, of believing it, and embracing it. The way we've been doing these impromptu speeches today is a riveting way of doing things. I've been enjoying every single answer, and I've been reflecting and thinking, if that was my question, how would I have done it? And I assure you, for every one of these questions, each one of us would have done it their own way, have given it their own stamp, and have worked towards achieving the best outcome they could come up with. So what is it that I and I only can do? The simple answer is going to be everything that I do. Thank you all, and back to you, Toastmaster Omar.
Yes, good answer, Sarah. And what one thing you can only do, you can answer this table topic. You are only can do it, nobody is doing it. Okay. Just good attempt, and love your thoughts on it. Next we have Falak. Falak say Sitare. And Falak is here with us. Falak, you want an easy topic or a hard one?
Mediocre, I guess.
Mediocre in between. Okay, so your topic is attachments are the enemy. Attachments are the enemy. Palak.
Right now, I'm 18 years old, and as most of you might consider, I'm quite young. But even to this stage, at this stage, whatever journey I've lived in my life, I've had a lot of people I've been attached to, and then I've broken up those bonds and I've been attached to new people. And during that entire time for the Toastmasters, one thing that I've learned that sometimes attachments are the only thing that keep you alive. The other times, they can even be your enemy. They can be that one thing that take away your happiness. Because when you want to please someone because of your attachment to that person, sometimes you're willing to give up all that you have, including your happiness. So yes, attachments give you new relationships. They give you love. They give you family. Sometimes when you might not have a family. But you should know which attachments are right, which ones are good for you. Because even though the term attachments sounds very positive, it is not always positive. It can have a negative effect on you as well. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Good. Very contrasting views of the attachment. Sometimes they can be good, sometimes they cannot be. When you build a lot of expectations and you're not able to meet them, then you feel crushed. So good attempt. Palak. Next we have Naveed with us. Naveed Siddiqui from Karachi, Pakistan.
Yes.
Naveed.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Naveed, your topic is a very simple question. Does time always heal every wound? Does time always heal every wound? Naveed.
Thank you very much, Table Topic Master, and good evening to all of you. My topic for today is, does time always heal every wound? What I feel, yes, because I have heard from my elders that give it the time, give it this person the time, he will be okay. whenever bad things happen with someone, God forbid, someone died, and the close one are very afraid that how they will live, but time will take them towards their life ahead. There were I've got failures in my life many times, and when I look back, that how it actually they actually make me what I am now. I failed in my first semester in my university. So at that time I was thinking that how come that I fail even in the first semester of university, and then it helped me to work more harder, and it helped me to get the scholarship after that, because I worked hard to get the required GPA for the scholarship as well. So yes, life, if gives you tough time, give it tough time to the life, because it will give you the return back. And when bad things happen to you, time will heal itself. Thank you very much.
Good attempt, Navi. Good improvisation. And yes, time can heal. Sometimes time does not heal. Okay. Next, we have Dinisha ma'am. Dinisha ma'am from Sri Lanka, like tea capital of the world. Huh? Dinisha ma'am.
Yes, Toastmaster. Uma.
Dinisha ma'am, your topic is good habits drive out bad habits. Good habits drive out bad habits. I will put it in the chat.
Thank you for the topic. Good evening to you all global impromptu family members. Good habits. As always, from our childhood, we wanted to practice because our parents, elders, adults drive us to practice good habits. How we say good or the habits bad, that is our perception. That may be different from person to person, from society to other society. So anyway, within that society, we think whatever good or whatever bad, and we wanted to practice good habits because we need the respect from others. We want to respect the society. Once we used to behave in practice good habits, whatever the bad habits will go away because our attitude and perception drives us to eliminate our bad habits because we wanted to the respect, acceptance from the other people. If we get acceptance, we wanted to have more. That is something like any other material thing. We wanted to have everything, whatever we have, more. So we wanted to have more respect from others. So the good habits will drive out the bad habits. And the habit, whether it's good or bad, defined in that circumstances. Over to you, Toastmaster Uma.
Good thoughts, Dinesh ma'am. Yes, good habits eventually will drive out the bad habits. So next we have Munish. Munish, are you there?
Yes, please.
Munish, your topic is No man steps in the same river twice. No man steps into the same river twice. Manish.
Good evening, everybody. No man step in the same river twice. Once bitten, twice shy. If suppose somebody makes a mistake once, if he repeats that same mistake, this means that person is making blunder. So one time when we make a mistake is a part of life. If we don't make mistake, we can't grow. But when we make a mistake, that mistake teaches us that in future, we have to be cautious. That is the part of life. Everybody makes mistakes. Any person who does something, he has to make mistake. The person who doesn't do anything in life, that person can refrain from getting any mistake. The rest, everybody has to go through this process. But we are called fool if we are dished by somebody. If suppose somebody says to us, that person needs money badly, we give him that person money, and after that he doesn't return the money, and again he come to us that no, again he needs some money, and we know that person deceived us, and how can we trust that person again? So we have to keep that person arm length, and we have to say big no to that person, because that person taught us a lesson that he dished us once, so we will not allow him to betray us once more. Over to the Toastmaster, please.
Good thoughts, Manish. Nice improvisation and good attempt. And next, Geeta. Geeta, are you there? Geeta is coming and going. Geeta is coming and going. She was just there. Anyway, we'll move on to DTM Amjad.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, DTM Amjad, your topic is I have conquered the need to conquer the world. I'll repeat, I have conquered the need to conquer the world. DTM Amjad.
Thank you so much, Mr. Topics Master. I have conquered the need to conquer the world. Yes, indeed, need is everything. If I don't need something, I won't be showing interest towards that cause. So need is the key. The need right now, as far as my life is concerned, is satisfaction. It could be success, it could be money, it could be relationships in my life. So these are the needs to conquer the world. So this is what I have already conquered. I believe so. I have understood. I don't need to satisfy every single person out there. I don't need to try to make every single person happy, but to make one person happy, at least with due diligence. That could be myself only. If I'm able to justify my needs, not greeds, needs, that means I would be able to justify, I would be able to justify other people's life who are connected with me directly or indirectly. So I always try to tell people and tell myself first that always justify your life with yourself first. Conquer that person first. And the need of that person is satisfaction. As I mentioned, I repeat, money, family, relationships, mental satisfaction. These are the approaches which makes a person settle, satisfied. As far as my life is concerned, as of today, I believe that is conquered. I understood. And now I don't need to further achieve and go to different part of the world and satisfy other people and make them happy. Normally we tell, when you hurt one person, you hurt the entire humanity. If you win one person's heart, you win the entire humanity. So when we talk about changing the world, that does not mean changing the entire globe, changing one person's life. That could be you, that could be myself. If I'm able to do so, literally, the entire atmosphere, the environment around me will be in my favor. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I have conquered. If you want to conquer the world, just conquer yourself, your self-satisfaction. This is my take for this topic, and this is my belief, and this is my achievement as of today, ladies and gentlemen. Conquer yourself. Back to you.
Wonderful. You have to conquer yourself first, then other things come. So wonderful thoughts, Amjad. Great. So with this, we come to the end of this session. Everybody did so well. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Umar Farooq. Who would like to give a topic to Toastmaster Umar? Savita ma'am. Yes, please.
Okay. Revenge time.
No revenge. Toastmaster Umar, the topic for you is, yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. I'll put in chat also. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself.
Yes.
Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself. Over to you.
Oh, whether you want to be clever or whether you want to be wise. I always prefer to be wise because you are learning from your experiences. Whatever kind of cleverness you attempt, you try to do, all those experiences will make you wise. Maybe yesterday there was a learning opportunity for me. I wanted to influence what I want to do this. They should be like this. But I looked in myself. Oh, Umar, what are you doing? Are you changing yourself? What are you preaching? Are you doing that also? So whatever change you want to bring into the world, you have to start with yourself. Charity begins at home. You have to begin with your own self. So for example, you want to see others happy. Are you really happy with yourself? You want to give out kindness. Are you kind to yourself? Ask yourself the question whether you are doing goodness to your own self. How you are doing that thing. Because if you want to have a life, and if you want to have a life that is with purpose, you have to bring some changes in yourself first. For example, I would like to give you an example. Sometimes back, I wanted to open a school. I wanted to, maybe this is one of my dreams, my ambition, that I want to open a school of thought where there will be where mind sciences will be taught. There will be something taught about emotional intelligence and about spirituality. But at that time, after some time, I realized, am I well equipped for that? Do I know all about that, the knowledge that is required? Have I updated myself with that? Okay, I know something about spirituality. I know something about emotional intelligence. I know about mind sciences, but I am capable for that to bring that change in other people's life. You have to continuously improve. So you have to be wise enough to know what are your weaknesses, how you can update yourself, because universe is ever changing, ever evolving. So continue to grow in positive direction, right direction, and you will bring the change in this world. Because if you bring the change in yourself, you will bring the change in your surroundings also, the people that are under your influence. That's the real change, one step at a time. Growth is always continuous and gradual. Over to you, table topic master.
Wonderful take, Toastmaster Umar. As usual, inside change only can bring change outside. And change is the only thing which is constant. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Vika ma'am. Thank you so much, Toastmaster. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together to thank Toastmaster riveting Umar Farooq for conducting this 223rd session successfully. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining in. And please continue joining in, because here we are doing charity in every single session. We speak for 1 to 2 minutes, and for rest of the sessions, we do charity. Charity means we give importance to other people. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Stay blessed. With that power vested in me as a host of this very meeting, I adjourn the meeting. Thank you. Bye-bye.